Good morning, children. Welcome to our next class. In last class, you learned about the different organs in our body and how these organs are forming organ systems and which organ systems are helping in our body. This all you learned. In today's class, you are going to learn about the organs which are helping in breathing process. Breathing means taking air into our body. So, all around us, the air is present. That air we are taking into the body with the help of our nose. So, the nose is helping to take the air into our body. Along with the nose, there are different organs are helping all together form the respiratory system. So, you are learning about the organs which are helping in breathing process. We'll see in today's class. So what are the keywords here? First we will see, and we'll do a small fun activity to understand this lesson. So here you make a model of this as I forwarded the message yesterday. You have done this model by using a straw, Y-shaped straw inserted through the cork. This is a cork and you have inserted the straw into this cork, and this is in Y shape. Y-shaped cork you inserted inside, and here you tied two balloons, and a plastic bottle has beforehand we had to cut the bottle into half, and we must insert a straw which is in Y shape. So this Y-shaped straw, ulta Y-shaped straw should insert from the mouth of the plastic bottle, and here tie two balloons. After tying the two balloons, the other edge of the bottle should have where you have already cutted this bottle into half, the other edge you tie a rubber band. Tie the rubber band like this, and now when you pull this rubber band down, you can see the balloons, both the balloons are bulging out. The balloons are bulges when you are pulling the rubber band down. So the air entering through the straw into the balloons, because of that the balloons bulges out. Once when you release the rubber band, it goes to the normal position and the balloons contracts, comes to the normal shape. Yes, so this is an example, a clear example for our respiratory system, how it works in our body. Yes, so now you can understand which how these balloons are bulges out, same way which organs are there in our body, which organs are bulges out when we are taking air into the body. Taking air into body known as breathing. So now we will see which organs are helping in breathing. So here clearly you can understand we are breathing through our nose. So this part is called nose. So inside our nose, hair and a mucus layer is present. Hair and mucus layer is present. So this hair and moist sticky mucus layer helps to stop the germs or dust particles. When we are breathing in, the air may contain dust particles and the germs. So these dust particles get stuck up to this mucus layer, and hair is also helping to remove this dust and germs. Okay, and keep them out of our body. The germs and dust will goes out with mucus. Okay, and then from the nose the air enters into windpipe. This is called as windpipe. The white color pipe which is connected to the lungs and to the nose known as windpipe. So windpipe is connected to your nose. From the nose, the air enters into the windpipe. So here it acts like a path to carry air from the nose to the lungs. And again from the lungs, the air goes back to the nose. So it's acting like a passage carrier. It's acting like a carrier for the air. Windpipe is acting like a carrier for air. And then the lungs. The windpipe, when it enters into our chest part, we are having a pair of lungs. We have two lungs in our body in the chest part. So the windpipe enters, when it enters into the chest part, it's divided into two parts and entered into our lungs. So these two are called our lungs. These are our lungs. They are in the chest part and we have two lungs. They are like muscular bags that help to take in oxygen and remove the carbon dioxide from the blood. So it removes when we are breathing air that contain oxygen. So it takes oxygen inside and remove the carbon dioxide and send it back to nose. So the lungs are muscular bags helping to filter the air, exchanging the gases. They take oxygen inside and they remove carbon dioxide to the blood. Understood? Now below this, so in your activity, the straw, the entrance of the straw acting like the nose, and the straw which you inserted inside acting like a windpipe, and the two balloons which you kept arranged inside, those act like the lungs, and the down you spreaded, you tied a rubber band that acts like a diaphragm. So a muscular, this is a thin muscle which is lying below the lungs, below the two lungs, a thin muscle present. This is known as diaphragm. What we call this? Diaphragm. diaphragm, diaphragm. So below the two lungs, a thin muscle known as diaphragm. It helps, it goes up and down and help in breathing. So you had seen in your activity, when you are pulling this rubber band down, the lungs bulges out. When you release back, the lungs are contracting. That means the air is coming out through our nose. Once again, we will see the activity so that you'll understand better. Yes. So here now you can compare the parts what you learned. Here the entrance of the air is acting like your nose, and this is chest part. These two balloons are acting like our lungs, and the diaphragm, this rubber band acting like our diaphragm. diaphragm, diaphragm. So whenever we are pulling the diaphragm down, the lungs are bulging out because the air enters inside. When we release, the diaphragm comes to normal position and the balloons are contracting, the air comes out through the straw. So this way your respiratory system is working, and inside the lungs what will be, once again we will see in that picture. So whenever the windpipe enters into the lungs, here it will be redivided into tiny balloons like air sacs. The tiny small air sacs are present here. So these air sacs are helping to exchange the gases. So these air sacs are helping them to exchange the gases. they'll take oxygen into the blood and they'll remove carbon dioxide outside. They're taking oxygen inside from the air and they are releasing carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide they are sending into the windpipe. Understood? So this way your lungs are helping to breathe in and breathe out. Yes? So now we will see, once to understand more clearly, we'll see the video now. To observe how your respiratory system is working.
Organs of the respiratory system help us to breathe. The nose helps to breathe in and breathe out air. Windpipe allows air to flow from the nose to the lungs and back. Lungs take in oxygen from the air and remove carbon dioxide produced in the body.
Understood? So in this way, our respiratory system is working and helping us to be alive. And now we will discuss the activity. Which parts of the model look and work similar to how the lungs work? What about the other parts? So in your model, which parts are equal to the lungs? Your balloons. Balloons are acting like your lungs. The two balloons at the end of the straw are looking like two lungs in the respiratory system. And straw is looking like a windpipe. I explained you all this. The opening of on the top of the model is like your nose, and balloon fixed at the bottom of the bottle is like thin muscle below the respiratory system. This muscle is known as the diaphragm. So it is not a part of the system, but it helps the respiratory system to work properly. Yes? Now we will see if the respiratory system works in a similar way to how the model works. How does each part help? Just now we discussed all this. The each part is helping. The nose, the windpipe and the lungs are the main parts of the respiratory system, and the diaphragm moves down and the lungs are filled with air as we breathe in, and our lungs are filled with small balloon like things called air sacs. So these air sacs when they are filled with air, the blood in the tubes flowing around them absorb the oxygen, and the air gives out contain carbon dioxide. So the air which is coming out from our nose have carbon dioxide, and the air which we are breathing in have oxygen more. As the diaphragm moves up, the carbon dioxide rich air moves out of the lungs as we breathe out, and the nose and the windpipe let the air flow in and out of the system as we breathe in and out. So the diaphragm, a thin muscle which is below the lungs, playing an important role to understand, to help for the breathing process. Yes? And now, what happens to the oxygen absorbed by the blood? So, this oxygen is helping to break the food which we are eating and release energy. The blood takes oxygen to different parts of the body. So, oxygen is needed in different parts of the body to work properly. When different parts of the body using oxygen, they produce the carbon dioxide and water. So these are then carried back to the lungs by the blood, and the carbon dioxide can be taken out or sent out through the nose. Now we will see what are the questions given in this worksheet. Now come to the help box. Here you can see Circle the organs of the respiratory system. You circle, choose only the respiratory organs. So, food pipe belongs to the respiratory system. No. Windpipe, yes, of course, the windpipe belongs to the respiratory system. Like this, you choose the parts which are related to breathing. Okay. And the next one is label the organs and write one function of each. So the first part is, as you learnt just now, the entrance is nose, and this pipe structure is windpipe. You can answer these all by your own. Just I'm helping you, I'm giving a hint to you. And the below two are lungs. You can write complete name. And here in these boxes, you had to write the functions of nose. It's what is the function of nose? It's helping to breathe in and breathe out, or else it helps to take the air inside. That's called as breathing. So nose is helping for breathing. And the next one, windpipe, is helping to carry. It is acting like a carrier for the oxygen to different parts of the body. And the lungs are helping to exchange the oxygen and carbon dioxide. They take oxygen inside to the blood and they release carbon dioxide into the blood, so that comes back to the nose. This is all just a hint I gave you. You can write the complete answer. Now fill in the blanks using by your understanding. You can write this. So we breathe in because our body need oxygen. We are breathing. Why we should breathe? We have to breathe because our body need oxygen for working. So that can be supplied by breathing only. And different parts, body parts, get energy from it and produce after go taking the oxygen. What they are producing again back? They are producing carbon dioxide. So choose that word and write in these blanks. And that we remove from our bodies when we breathe. Carbon dioxide we are releasing from the body when we are breathing in or breathe out. When we breathe out only, the carbon dioxide comes back. Okay, understood? So complete this page number 2 from your workbook, children. Now once we will see the practice questions which are given in page number 2 in your page number 3 in your textbook content book. Before answering these questions, you nicely go through the lesson and then answer, children. So the first help box is given. You choose the word from the help box and fill up these blanks. The dash and the sticky mucus present in the nose trap the dust from the air we breathe in. So, which parts are helping to stop the germs? The hair is helping. So, write that hair in the given blank. Dash is a straight tube-like organ that allows air to travel from the nose to the lungs. So which part is helping? Obviously it is called windpipe, helping to carry the oxygen and carbon dioxide, right? And then air is exchanged in the dash present in the lungs. Air is exchanged in the air sacs present in the lungs. The small balloon like structures called as air sacs, there actually they will exchange the gases. Now second question, where are lungs present in the body? In the chest part. The lungs are present in the chest part. So you have to answer this in your notebook. Write one function of lungs. They are helping to exchange the gases. They are helping to breathe. Yes? What will happen if the organs of your body if the organs of our body receive less oxygen. If they receive less oxygen, the food cannot break and we won't get energy. We won't get the energy. We will not get energy to do our work. We do not get proper energy to do our work when our lungs are not working properly. Okay. And the next one, the windpipe gets blocked. What happens when the windpipe get blocked? We cannot breathe properly. If we are not breathing properly, then there is a chance for the person to die. We have to breathe each and every second we are breathing. That is the indication for having life. So, the respiratory system and the respiratory organs are very, very, very important to have life in us. Understood, children? So, now neatly draw this diagram and send the pics to me. Thank you. At the same time, complete your worksheet and the practice questions also, children. Thank you.